the organization I lead is the AI Now Institute. The path forward is really for the public, and by that I mean workers, communities, all of those of us that are sort of interfacing with and really subject to AI, to reassert that they are expert in the conversation on when and how AI should be applied, if at all. And I think the ways in which we do that, I draw inspiration actually from the last year of the policy fights that have really been grounded in the ways in which AI is impacting and hurting people's material conditions. I think it's when we meet people where they are that we can galvanize and build countervailing power, build momentum, build movements. And so I'm really inspired by, for example, the California legislative fights around, not having AI devalue or replace call center workers or community college teachers, or AB 2602, I think it was, around, really limiting the ways in which digital replicas can be used for creative workers. And so I think that's on the one hand. On the other hand, we're seeing really strong campaigns like algorithmic prices and wages that are sort of making the argument that AI and these companies are essentially squeezing workers and consumers on both sides in an environment of complete non-transparency. I think what we can do better, what we need to do better, is to kind of stitch these ground level fights and build it into a tapestry of this is the resistance, this is the answer to the question of, if not this kind of AI, what kind of AI? Well, a kind of AI and an industry that is accountable to these public interests, that is shaped by these public interests by design, rather than one that is essentially functioning to create more productivity for employers, not workers or consumers, and is essentially working to kind of enhance the bottom lines of very few companies and consolidate not just economic wealth but also power in very few hands. I think the labor movement has already done well to kind of pick up the battles that matter most, to reduce harm as it's happening in the here and now. I think what we can do better is to stitch these fights, the fights that labor is leading, within a broader tech justice movement that asks the tech industry, contest this vision of narrow productivity and efficiency that is essentially a euphemism for productivity and consolidation of power for companies, not for workers, not for the broader public. So I think my vision for the future is that labor is at the forefront of really asking these bigger picture questions of the industry.